Basic concepts of media literacy.
Hi everyone, I am Aditi. Today, we shall have a module of media education which explains us the basic concepts of media literacy. In this module, we shall learn to educate ourselves in media literacy and become responsible citizens of the country.
Newspapers, radio, television, cinema, and internet are the major mass media functioning in the world today. They are means of communication that disseminate information from the source to a huge audience spread across their countries and the globe. Here, the communication is indirect as technical means are being used for communication.
Media literacy is important because we need to know the role of media in our society. How does media impact, how media has affected us today? Morning till evening, we are surrounded by visuals and graphics and so many other things. So definitely, we need to know and we need to analyze, we need to understand. Creatively, we need to know how they are created and how they are acted.
There is no direct relationship between the sender and the receiver, nor do we find any relationship among the receivers. These factors make mass media very powerful. In the absence of feedback, discussions, clarifications, negotiations between the sender and the receivers, the audience tends to treat the messages to be true.
You can use a car or a vehicle to get to a location or a destination, and if you drive irresponsibly, you can also use it to create great hurt and harm and maybe even kill pedestrians. And the solution to that is not banning the vehicles and the cars, but actually educating the drivers to be more responsible and to drive more carefully.
Media has its meaning. It also says different things to different people. And media is so powerful, it can also influence how you view other people, how you view the world, how you view the politics that's around us, how you view the business that we do, and how we view the relationships that we have in our families.
In the earlier stages, pictorial representations were exchanged. Today, we have mass production of newspapers and videos. We have live transmissions of events and high media combining the internet and computers. Today, media is the greatest force taking people in different directions. Unknowingly, people enter into media culture and begin to accept and follow what media tells them. Media influences people's belief systems and values.
Media educators focus their attention on 8 key concepts in media literacy. These concepts help people to understand media better and examine their influence on behavior and attitude.
All media do not reflect the reality as it is.
Media constructs the reality. Senders' decisions, likes and dislikes, hidden motives influence the constructions. Like an engineer designs the building and constructs the house as per his plans, messages are constructed according to the producer's thinking, imagination, and interests. Media education is all about deconstructing these constructions and explain how they are constructed. We analyze news items to check the motives of the writer and the truth behind the news. We engage in film analysis to understand how the story is built through shots, scenes, and sequences, and how the background score builds up our emotions.
The third parent.
For today's children, media acts as their third parent. The first parents are their original parents, and the second being the teachers. Today's children tend to follow their third parents than the first two parents.
Audience negotiate meaning in the media.
The media provide us with materials based on which we build our picture of reality. We negotiate the meaning according to individual factors, personal needs and anxieties, the pleasures or troubles of the day, racial and sexual attitudes, family and cultural background, etc. An advertisement says, "Fair complexion is a sign of beauty." This is a biased view. If a person with dark complexion happens to view this ad, he or she may tend to believe it and feel bad about his or her skin color.
Media has commercial implications.
By using numerous techniques, the owners try to sell their product. In media literacy, we look into these commercial aspects. We try to understand how commercial interests affect the content, techniques, and distribution. We question why a small number of individuals must control what we need to watch, read, and hear in the media.
Media contain ideological and value messages.
All media products carry the messages of values and ways of life. Explicitly or implicitly, the mainstream media convey ideological messages about issues, the nature of good life, the virtue of consumerism, the role of women, the acceptance of authority, and unquestioning patriotism.
Media have social and political implications.
Media have great influence on politics. During elections, television is used for image-building exercises of various leaders from their respective political parties. Media involves us in concerns such as civil rights issues, famines, and the AIDS epidemic. They give us a deeper understanding of national issues and global concerns so that we become citizens of the global village, a term coined by Marshall McLuhan.
Form and content are closely related in the media.
As Marshall McLuhan noted, each medium has its own grammar and codifies reality in its own particular manner. Television is watched by family members at homes. Cinema is shown in theaters where the hall is fully darkened. Mobile phones seem to be a close and trusting friend to all. Radio increases our imagination and is a great companion during travel.
Each medium has a unique aesthetic form.
Just as we notice the pleasing rhythms of certain pieces of poetry or prose, each medium tends to carry its own pleasing forms and effects. Cinema leads you into a dreamland. It creates another world in front of you. You are able to have a panoramic view of events and at the same time an extreme close-up of one's lips. Radio gears up your imagination. TV seems to be your close friend with whom you develop an interaction in the drawing room.
Media literacy or media education enables people to critically analyze the media products, equip them to understand how messages are constructed, and motivate them to be active participant in media activities rather than remaining as a silent spectator. I hope this module of media education gave you some important information on different concepts to help people to understand media better and examine their influence on behavior and attitude.